All right, guys, welcome back. Joe McDonough here with MyMMAnews.com, talking to PFL's newest, brightest star, Mr. Curtis Millender, courteous Curtis Millender. How are you doing, Curtis?
Oh man, I'm good, alive and breathing.
And talk to me about having a date set. We haven't seen you in the cage since August, and just to kind of know it's coming, end of April, April 29th, and to be here in fight camp, ready to go.
Man, it's definitely a blessing. It's definitely something I needed and was really waiting and hoping for. So came at the right moment. I'm happy that it's here, and I'm just ready to go out there and perform. I got the perfect opportunity to show everybody where I'm supposed to be.
And talk to me about the PFL quarantine. I was talking to Tyler Diamond a little bit about it. I believe it's 17 days. Is that correct?
Yeah, whole 17 days.
and I mean, just I laugh because I've done the Bellator 24-hour one, and you get a little stir crazy after 18 hours or so, and you just try to sleep it off. To think of even 3 days, never mind 17. I mean, what is keeping you busy right now?
Right now I am Xboxing it up right now, playing Mortal Kombat. I had to find a way to get it hooked up because I wasn't allowed to hook it up in the hotel, but I got around it. I got it.
Well, we won't get you in trouble there, but I'm glad you're doing something to keep you busy. Talk to me about back in August, Bellator. The takeaways from the Sabah Homasi fight was in a losing effort, but a great fight. Talk to me about kind of the lessons from that fight and what you used in that fight to get to here.
It's crazy because my performance in that fight clearly wasn't what it should be, how I am, but it just opened my eyes to where I need to be definitely more active as far as getting up, not chasing submissions. I had about 5 or 6 submission attempts. Instead of getting up, I was actually going for the submissions. But the fact that, world-class kickboxers don't want to stand up with me is something I have to hold up here and just say, okay, well, if this dude doesn't want to stand up with me, I must be very dangerous and very scary. So I need to just go out there and do what I do right away. They got to be willing to die to get these takedowns now. So I went over to Arizona and was able to train over at Fight Ready MMA. Eric Anders and a bunch of the guys out there, a lot of good wrestling. And I'm just ready to go out there and display.
And we're looking forward to seeing it, Curtis. Talk to me about why PFL. Last time I talked with you, it was before the Sabah Homasi fight. Last fight on the Bellator contract, you said you were open to other things. You're open to Bellator, all this stuff. I'm sure the $1 million tournament is a little enticing, and I'm sure that's one of the main reasons. But what was the selling point for PFL?
The $1 million. I remember you asking me that, and I said my service is for the highest bidder, and right now, the PFL is the highest bidder in MMA. So I'm all in. I'm down for it.
Absolutely, and $1 million is definitely the highest bidder, I would say so. So talk to me. I mean, you've competed at the highest of the highs in the terms of levels in this sport. I mean, from LFA, Bellator, UFC, and now PFL, that's not something that many fighters can say throughout their careers, that they've competed in all these different, top organizations in mixed martial arts. How does that give you an advantage in the sense of your career and just kind of the veteran savviness you have of competing in all these different, arenas?
Yeah, you said it right there. The veteran savviness. It's not gonna be anything that I haven't seen. The nerves, all that stuff is, that's out the window. I walked my 7th fight. I walked into Mohegan Sun down to the cage fighting Brennan Ward, and I couldn't hear anything. So that my cherry was popped that night. So I'm not scared of anything. I'm not nervous of anything. These are opportunities I worked for. So I'm taking it as a blessing and going out there with one goal in mind, is get that $1 million.
And what a from courteous Curtis to $1 million Curtis. I like it.
Exactly.
Talk to me about. I mean,
the black money signs.
I love it, man. I love it. We'll do an interview after with, you have to be wearing it though.
Exactly.
To explain this matchup, it must be exciting. It's a very difficult matchup, but it's one that us fans are pumped to see. And I'm sure you're pumped to compete.
Oh man, I'm super pumped. It's crazy. About 6 or 7 years ago, I did an interview with Ellie Setback, and he was asking me what are like my dream fights, and you know, Rory MacDonald was the first one on that list, and I've always admired his style. Always thought it would be a good fight, and then I've always believed I can beat him. So this is perfect. It is dream opponent, dream money, dream opportunity. And I'm sick of dreaming, so I'm trying to make them all reality. So.
and the confidence that comes into defeating Rory MacDonald in your PFL debut. I mean, it couldn't be a bigger confidence booster, I'd imagine.
Oh no, not at all. Going out there, beating a number one guy, it should be smooth sailing from there.
Mm-hmm. And is it tough? Like you had said, that Rory MacDonald's a dream matchup for you. It's someone that you've looked at, watched everything. Former champion, all of this stuff. Is it tough to separate Rory MacDonald, kind of the fan you are of him, versus the fighter and the accomplishments he's had?
Didn't say I was a fan. I always knew I can beat him.
That's very true. That's very true.
It's if I can go out like. I was a huge fan of Thiago Alves. Thiago Alves, mm-hmm. Up until after our fight, was probably one of my favorite fighters. And you seen what I did to him. Mm-hmm. If I can put that away, put the fanboy away, to fight and do what I did to Thiago, this is easy. This is easy.
Absolutely, man. And do you feel that this is in a way a must win for you? I mean, lost 3 of the last 4. Do you feel that this is a really a defining moment in your career?
Yeah, definitely. But I've been in this position before. The last time I was, 3 of my last 4, I went on an 8-fight winning streak. So
absolutely,
in my eyes, this is the beginning of that streak. And halfway through that streak, I get $1 million.
I was going to say halfway through that.
If it's an 8-fight streak, I get to come back next year and get it too. So I'm ready to rock.
If it's the 8-fight streak, not only are you going to be turning to $1 million Curtis, you'll be turning to $2 million Curtis. After that 8th win. Give us what are you expecting most from Rory in this fight? What have you been training for?
At this point in my career, everybody knows how dangerous I am standing up. So, I always expect for them to, die for my legs. He's going to be willing to die to get those takedowns because there's no way in hell he's going to stand up with me.
Mm-hmm. And last one for me, Curtis. What can we expect? What do you think in your mind is going to happen for us fans on, April 29th? What's the prediction for the fight?
Very exciting, and anything less than a finish. A win is the most important, but like I said, I've been wanting to fight this dude for 6 years. I've been watching him for 6 years, longer than 6 years. But I honestly believe 100% in my heart that I can finish him, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Awesome, Curtis. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Soon to be $1 million Curtis, and then
Yes,
$2 million Curtis. Thank you very much, man.
All right, brother.